Do not rush to buy a new saw just because your old one has become badly rusted after many years of use. Rust has covered almost the entire surface. The teeth are no longer sharp, and the whole saw looks like nothing more than a worthless piece of scrap metal. Looking at its condition now, it is hard to believe this saw is still worth spending time and effort to restore. But today, I'm going to try a method that very few people know about, using only a few inexpensive materials already available around the house to remove the stubborn rust and bring this saw back into working condition. Watch until the end because the result may make you wish you had learned about this simple method many years earlier. I start with charcoal. The saw blade is almost completely covered in rust, so first we need material to help clean the surface. Put the charcoal into a small mortar and grind it until the large pieces break down into a fine powder. Charcoal has a slightly abrasive surface, so this powder helps pull dirt and softened rust away from the metal while scrubbing. You need to grind it into extremely fine dust. Just remove the large chunks so the mixture is easier to blend and spread over the blade. The charcoal powder is ready, but using it alone is still not enough. I cut a lemon, squeeze the juice into a cup, then add the charcoal a little at a time. Stir until the two materials form a thick mixture, thin enough to brush on, but not so runny that it slides off the blade too quickly. Lemon juice is mildly acidic, which helps act on the oxide layer, while the charcoal powder adds extra friction during cleaning. If the mixture is too thick, add more lemon juice. If it is too thin, add more charcoal. The goal is to create a coating that stays on the metal for a while. Remove the saw blade from the handle so the metal is easier to reach. Use a brush to pick up the mixture and spread it evenly over both sides, focusing on heavily rusted areas and places with long-standing buildup. With each pass, the mixture covers the surface and works around the base of the teeth. There is no need to scrub hard at this stage. What matters is creating an even layer so the lemon juice and charcoal have time to work on the rust before cleaning. Once the first coat is evenly applied, place a soft cloth over the blade to keep the mixture in contact with the metal longer. Brush another thin layer over the top, focusing on the heaviest rust. The cloth helps the surface stay moist longer. Do you think the charcoal and lemon mixture can soften this layer of rust? Comment yes or no before seeing the result. I want to know whether your prediction matches the outcome. While the mixture is working, I use the time to make a tool that we will need later. Place an angle bar on the table, use a marker to mark the areas that need to be cut, then clamp it firmly in a vise. Use an angle grinder to cut along each marked line, keeping the workpiece stable throughout the process. Once the main shape is complete, grind away the sharp edges and any remaining burrs so the tool is safer and more comfortable to hold. This part looks fairly simple, but it is not time to use it yet. Now it is time to check the blade. I put on gloves, lift off the cloth, and inspect the surface. The mixture has turned darker. Use the remaining lemon to scrub the softened rust, working along both sides and around the base of the teeth. With each pass, black residue comes loose and the metal underneath becomes brighter. Scrub a little more, where the rust is thick. Then rinse the blade to remove the charcoal, lemon, and remaining residue. Many people may think the saw has already been restored, but a clean surface does not mean it will cut well. The teeth are still dull, and that is the issue that will determine the final test. Use a cloth to wipe away all the water left on the blade, especially between the teeth. The metal needs to be dry before clamping. I am curious where this restoration tip is being watched. Tell me what country you are watching from. The surface is cleaner now, but the teeth are still rounded and dull. Place the blade between two wooden strips and clamp it in a vise. The wooden strips keep the blade stable while sharpening. If we stop here, the saw will only look better than before, but it may still not cut well. I bring the sharpening tool in at the diagonal angle of the teeth, instead of placing it perpendicular to the blade. Keep it steady so the teeth do not become uneven. Use a marker to mark the first group of teeth to be sharpened. The marks alternate, making it easy to see which teeth have been sharpened and which remain. This helps control the process and prevents repeatedly sharpening the same position. Before sharpening, lightly wet the working area. Work through each marked tooth one at a time, moving the tool in the same direction and keeping the number of passes consistent. With each pass, the dull edge disappears, the tooth face becomes brighter, and the cutting edge becomes clearly defined again. Once one side is finished, reverse the blade and continue with the remaining group of teeth. There is no need to remove too much metal. The goal is to restore the cutting edges while keeping the teeth even. The blade is sharper now, but one important factor still remains: the set of each tooth. The tool made earlier from the angle bar finally has a job to do. I place it on each tooth one at a time and adjust the tooth to the required shape. Saw teeth do not only need to be sharp, they also need the proper set to create clearance as the blade passes through the wood. If they all sit in the same plane, the body of the blade can easily bind in the cut. Check each position, compare the height and angle between neighboring teeth, then correct small differences. Work gradually instead of making large changes at once. Tooth by tooth, the cutting row starts to become more even. The teeth look better, but the saw still needs to be reassembled and tested on wood before we can draw a conclusion. Once the teeth have been fully treated, I reinstall the saw blade into the handle. Next, use a gas torch to heat the saw blade evenly. Keep the flame moving continuously along the surface so the heat spreads evenly and does not remain concentrated in one place for too long. When finished, turn off the torch and allow the blade to cool before using WD-40. Spray a layer of WD-40 over the surface, then wipe it evenly to finish and protect the metal. At this point, the saw is fully assembled. The teeth have been treated and everything is ready for the final wood-cutting test. And now the result has to speak for itself. The blade is cleaner and the teeth are more even and sharper. But appearance still is not enough to reach a conclusion. I place a piece of wood on the table and start cutting. The saw blade grips well, moves steadily, and cuts through the wood fairly cleanly. The old saw is working again. If you enjoyed this restoration project, leave the word "restore," hit like, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching until the end. See you next time.